Great. How are you?
I live in the dream, my man. So first question. So you've had 7 fights in the span of like 13 months now. So how's your body handling the heavy workload, and what's the secret to staying at peak mental and physical form?
Man, I love what I do. Um, I'm blessed. I remember I think a lot about, especially this trip, how I didn't have any fights before, and now I get to stay active doing what I'm here to do to work. I always wear a cowboy hat and always think about you just keep moving forward. The work doesn't stop until I put the gloves down in the cage and it's over. So for me, I'd love to fight 5 times a year for the rest of my career, or even more if possible. If I get like 8 fights or something a year, it'd be great. Sorry. And I just love to fight. It's like I love what I do. So when you're a kid, Robbie Lawler says it's like when you kind of wonder why people get tired in fights or in training, but when you're a kid and they're like you don't come into the street lights turn on. It's not, oh man, like I feel tired, so I'm going inside. You just play and you play all day, and that's what I feel like I'm doing. I'm just having fun doing what I love, and that's what's become for me.
Then one more question. So you faced a lot of good grapplers in the past, and I think it's no surprise what Alex is going to want to do. So how do
Mhm.
you think his grappling compares to your previous opponents, and do you think he's going to provide any different looks you haven't seen?
In a way, yeah. I mean, everybody's different. They try to learn off the people that I fought before. Johnny, Corey Hendricks, Osama Saidi, all these different grapplers. I mean, I think he's still a fighter. You can see he still has 2 hands, 2 feet. I think he'll try to mix it up better maybe than the other guys. We'll see. But no matter what, I know I'm going to finish my hands and claim his victory. I think he's a good fighter, man. He's got good heart, good pressure, and I'm looking forward to it. I mean, it's a great fight for main event, and when it comes to victory, so it doesn't take away from him. I just believe that he'll try some new things, but I'll just shut it down.
Awesome. Thank you. Best of luck Friday, my man.
Thank you. God bless.
Patrick.
Hey, Impa, you've had a lot going on lately. So you were at the PFL Championships. You didn't get the win against Johnny Eblin, but you more than proved how good you are and how good you've become. Have you noticed that you've gotten more respect since that performance?
Yeah, I appreciate that. I would say that fight really gave my international respect. It was cool after the fight. It's a judge's split decision. Is that it's like it's split, and I believe I won. Many say that I did, and I didn't have to argue it. I took some time back after the fight. I didn't want to punch and scream or cry. I just knew I had to get right to work. But when it came down to it, I respect Johnny, and like it's cool because you don't have many fighters in the world who can like go back and forth and challenge each other, especially a guy at Johnny's level and mine as well. So I look at that as it's a big honor that I have respect, in the community, and I didn't have to argue it, right? I mean, I respect Johnny's teammates. Everybody's going to cheer for their teammate. Mine will as well. But when you start seeing a general consensus of saying that I won, I'm like, man, that's pretty cool. And to do it against, if you're a solid fighter right now, one of the best fighters in the world, makes one of the best fighters in history. So it's a cool like awakening moment. Like, man, look at how my team has brought me, God has brought me, my family's brought me, and I'm how grateful to be in the PFL, man. How like what when would I have ever had this opportunity? So I'm very much blessed for that.
How does it feel going from a temp at Celsius to now being a Celsius sponsored athlete?
That's a that's a cool full circle moment, man. I'm like just to look at the. I actually remember looking at the cans and doing like analysis on the cans and saying, "Oh, this is missing something. This is missing something." I was waiting to transition to the accounting department. They had me in quality control at first because that was the position they needed filled. And I laughed because even on the Challenger series, I took a picture with the executives from Celsius. They happened to be at that fight card. And I was like, that's cool. And then it's just, I was like, man, how cool would it be one day to be a Celsius athlete? And, this week we made the announcement and it's inspirational. It makes me realize that like some things I think about one day that maybe it's never a matter of if, it's a matter of when it will happen. So just to keep the faith, it really encouraged me. Like, I remember it was Challenger to Champion. We got the title. I said, how cool would it be to have that Celsius moment? I keep getting these full circle moments and gonna keep doing it. But I'm just grateful. Thank you to everybody at Celsius. Thank you for them believing. Thank you for PFL because without like fighting here, I wouldn't have this opportunity. So it's just blessings I take in. I can share with my family, future family one day.
Speaking of some of the respect and like notoriety you've gotten since that Johnny Eblin fight, you threw out the
Mhm.
first pitch at Nationals opening day. How'd that happen and what was that like?
Oh, that was super cool. Yeah, they had their spring training game, and it was an honor. So funny enough, my old former neighbor, they help run the stadium, right, Adrian, and she's telling me that, hey, we need somebody to throw out the first pitch. I'm like, for what? It was a Nationals game. I'm like, oh gosh, I've never thrown a pitch off a mound ever in my life. I've never played baseball. So I was looking forward to it, but I was just gonna wing it. I didn't do any practice, and then I got some pretty good compliments. Maybe I'll do like an adult league or something. But I had a lot of fun in that, to just be there and meet the players and some of the people in the crowd who were very respectful and very welcoming. It was a big honor. I bought a bunch of hats, and I'd like to go check them out. During the regular season.
Thank you, Impa. Looking forward to Friday night.
Thank you. God bless.
Lorenzo.
Hey, Impa, it's good to talk to you. Your recent fight with Johnny Elbin, like you just mentioned, it went to a very close decision. I'm just wondering if a loss like that one, is any easier for you to process, given the fact that it didn't really affect your rankings as it pertains to this new upcoming season?
Yeah, when I look at a loss, or on paper, or whatever happens in life, you got to keep moving forward. I always say, the reason I wear a cowboy hat and I have my ranch one day is like, you just got to keep moving forward. The work doesn't stop, and that's what it means for me, right? I've lost rounds in the gym, right, that you think you won, and you just move forward, you get better. Every time, like, if a teammate, I'm cornering them and they lose a fight or something, whether it was split, they knocked out, whatever, I said, hey, you done fighting? They're like, no. You're gonna quit? No. So you get right back to work. Right. There are many more battles and victories to claim. I can't get stuck in the past. Like I said earlier, man, and I believe I won the fight. There so many people around the world that say I did too, and that's pretty cool. But like, the fact that it didn't mess up my ranking, it just said I was more happy that I took the risk and I took the opportunity to do it. Right. I mean, Johnny's a really solid fighter. He's doing great work. I feel like in another life we'd be maybe solid friends. We're both into like the same things, exploring in nature. So it's cool to see a warrior like him getting the notoriety that he's earned for himself. And he made really great decisions that fight, which really taught me to be better. So um that's pretty cool, man. It's just in the respect that I received from PFL. Like I said, this time last year, I wasn't really in PFL. That was the first fight of the night, and not a main event, my first major card. I just really consider that a blessing. So I'm grateful that they see me that way, that they respect me, and it really respects my family's name, my team. It's a culmination of what everybody's done. It's not just one person. Like, I'm not self-made by any stretch of the imagination. And we talk about working with Celsius. Like, I'm just blessed.
Your next opponent, Alex, is coming off of two consecutive losses. Plus, not to mention, he's a new face in this promotion. So you got to
So
know that he's hungry to prove himself with a win. You, of course, are coming off of that stellar championship season, and you're ready to repeat. What kind of fight do you think we can expect from you two this weekend?
I'm gonna dominate from the beginning to end. I think Alex is gonna come to fight. He's tough. He's smart. He's got good heart. So I know I'm gonna have to be intelligent, be smart about how I fight and how I put the pressure. He's a locally trained guy as well, so I know he wants to represent well. I am grateful. I'm honored, and it's like these guys. It's such a cool career, right? Your job is to have an enemy. So I always look at it like, it's cool. I really respect him. I'm great. I'm happy he's getting a main event spot too. I love that he's coming to prove it. I want the fighters who are coming to fight, and I know those guys are coached well. So that's what we want. That's what we love. And man, I'm just gonna dominate from beginning and get this finish, move forward.
And last one for me here, Impa. You're obviously fighting to repeat as PFL champion, but aside from the belt, what personal goals have you set for yourself for this upcoming 2024 season?
All finishes. That's my focus. All finishes. 2024 season. Create them. Be smart. Be intelligent. From not just for the seeding rounds, not just for the points, but to be the best fighter I possibly can be. Be the best man, man. I wanna do something. If PFL's here right now, like, if there's a way, I'll even take it out my purse. If you can get like 10, 15, 20 tickets and find like local kids in each city that I'm fighting in, I would rather we could do that and start giving these kids some opportunities to see where they could be one day. I just want to keep doing great work, honor God, do my job, have a lot of fun. We're doing a motorcycle and a road trip after this fight, and just keep meeting people along the way. For me, the goals in the season are always going to be dominate every single fight, go get the title again 2024, which I will, and do it all finishes, right? All finishes. And that's my focus and that's my goal. So I just like to really see any city that I go to this season. Would be kind of cool to have like 15, 20 kids, other gyms, people who can't afford tickets for a fight to get like a fighter experience and show them what fighting's supposed to be about.
That's great to hear, Impa. Can't wait to see you in the main event.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Dylan. Dylan, you with us?
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you at first. What's up, Impa? Coach Navarro
What's up,
spoke
Dylan?
last week about your fantastic 2023 season while stating that you're a very motivated guy and you're looking at last year like it never even happened, as if you're starting from scratch headed into this bout. What can you tell me about that mindset and how it has helped you in preparation for this upcoming season?
Yeah, man. All last season and still to this day, I say burn the ship. So I don't like to live off the accolades that I had before. I'm grateful to have the blessings and leverage them. But for me, it's a new season. It's a new time, right? You can take the lessons from the seasons before, but sometimes it's a new harvest and it could be a lot better. So that's how I look at it, man. It's not what validates me. There are new fighters in this division. There are many champions, and I have to stay focused on the task at hand. I Nobody's just here to give me the title. I have to go take what's mine. I said, lead me to the wolves. I'll return leading the pack. I always talk about, like, when I have my ranch one day, it's always move forward, always get back to work. You wake up in the morning and you keep it simple. I don't see why I need to boast about what I did last year, boast about, the Johnny fight, whatever it may be. I have work to do, I have a job to do, and I'm blessed, and I'm going to do it well. So for me I'm always grateful. I thank God for what he's done in my life, and I thank God for the team and the people he's put in my life who helped me get here. But in order to do it again, I have to put that behind me right now and just say, okay, that's what we did once, but that's not that. Many, 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 many titles until the time I leave this great lifestyle.
Mm-hmm. And you've grown to become one of the faces of PFL. You've clearly come a long way in a short time, both inside and outside of the cage. From free agent to $1 million champion, temp to sponsored athlete, as you mentioned. Do you feel like the past year of your life is a testament to how much any person could achieve with hard work and unrelenting determination to achieve their goals?
I appreciate you. Yes, man. With hard work, unrelenting determination to achieve your goals, and faith, man. Like, just believe in yourself. I was thinking about. I was talking to my friend Cliff, man. We were we were on a bus in college, and I was like, man, I can do something special. I believe in MMA. I didn't have my first fight yet, but I believe I could do something special to, like, the greats, but in my own light. And I would walk in Vegas the first time I came here when my teammate Ricky Rainey fought. And I said, I'll have my face on the billboard one day. And I just kept working. It wasn't about being the face on the billboard. It's just about, like, all the work coming together and putting it, and seeing the fruits of the labor. And I believe anybody, man, like, you could be rejected right now. You could be the person who doesn't have, you might have thought you lost everything. You might have thought that your days are over and you want to give up on yourself. And I think that if you truly, truly believe and have faith, and you just kind of cut out all the BS, keep it simple, and you go into that cave and you develop yourself, your best days will be ahead. And all you have to do is, it doesn't matter if a soul in this world believes in you. Sometimes God lets that happen. My dad always told me, like, your rejection gives you your direction. And sometimes people reject you so you can focus on what you truly need to do. You have so many outs. Don't take them. Don't take them. It might take a year. It might take 2 years. What is 2 years like compared to the rest of your life? And by the time you get there, you realize your best days are ahead. I was thinking today, like, today could be the last day of your struggles, and tomorrow could be the beginning of your best days ever. But you have to go see that through. So that's how I look at it, man. And I believe it could happen for anybody. So, like, just keep the faith and keep fighting.
Inspirational, man. I appreciate you. Good luck this Friday.
Thank you so much. God bless.
Ryan.
Hey, Impa, man, congrats again. No, you're coming off that great fight. You got these great commercial sponsors. I also see you getting into the content game. I'd love just to hear a little bit about Tasholo's Trek and what that's about.
Oh, shoot. Thank you so much. Yeah, Chilobo's Trek, man. It's a project. So my fight name Chilobo, my dad gave it to me, right? And that's my journey. And I want to show people life in and outside the cage, but in a more, like, poetic and cinematic way. I use motorcycles as a vehicle, overlanding, nature, poetry, getting in the lakes, getting in the rivers, and just showing people having a simple life, but, like, that you can do it, whatever. I start Harvard Business School, April 17th, my certificate course, and, like, documenting that and what that project is like. But for me, it's about committing to your venture, whatever that vision that's in your heart, whatever it is, commit to that. No matter if you're a teacher and you say, hey, I want to do crocheting, or I want to be a mechanic, like, see what happens when you just pursue something that you love. I think so many people get into mundane lifestyle because it's so hard. You finish work and you're tired at the end of the day. But even if on a small scale you're pursuing what you love to do, I think it'll overall enhance your quality of life, and that's the mission of it. So I say commit to the adventure. After this fight, I drive the truck to Austin, Texas, go to MotoGP, pick up a bike from Triumph Motorcycles, go to Biloxi, Mississippi, ride to New Orleans, Biloxi, Mississippi, Leeds, Alabama, to the Barber Motorcycle Museum. And then I'll finish in Atlanta, Georgia, where the Triumph Motorcycle headquarters are, and, like, we'll be doing some cool work. After that, spend some time up there, hit the track, and then I'll go to Ocala, Florida, Lake Okeechobee, some special places to me. We're documenting it along the way, led by my friend Cliff Barrett. We have a new guy named Ryan Senator on the team. And all I want people to do when they see these projects is, like, go after what you truly love. I pray that it blesses your life, and I pray that it's something that when people watch the videos and they see how it's told, the stories are told, that they can do it for themselves too. And all I want to do is make it something that's God led, and encouragement for others. Yeah, it's a business, it's something, but the most important thing is that you commit to whatever ventures in your life. So I really appreciate you asking about that. It's been a project I've been working hard on.
Yeah, well, I mean, one of my biggest takeaways is you're using the stage for everything that it's worth, and you're helping taking yourself to the next level, whether it's your education outside of the ring, your education inside the ring. And I'm just kind of curious, what other commercial opportunities been popping up for you ever since that banger that you had last year or this
Oh
year?
man. Well, first of all, thank you. I always tell fighters like Eric, my friends, and anybody I talk to, use fighting as a scholarship to leverage your life. Any athlete, you are a lot more complex than you give yourself credit for, and whatever you can do, you can enhance your life educationally and different projects. So far, Celsius, Westgate Resort, it's been a Westgate experience. I've worked with them, Triumph Motorcycles, and man, so many more to come. So many more to come. So these three so far, I'm so blessed, and I'm looking forward to what's ahead.